Are you ready, Lydia? Let's go. Now, one thing to note about her is that your character can actually climb some, I mean, not technically mountain climbing, but he can climb, he or she, your character, whoever it is, can climb steeper things, steeper inclines, than your follower can. So, Lydia here ends up running around trying to find a more reasonable path, and sometimes she ends up missing a fight because of it. So I've climbed mountains walking weird paths where your character can just barely move upwards, and she runs around the mountain trying to find the path to go up the right way. And eventually she gets back to you. Okay, so the best place to go enchant is here at Dragon's Reach, which is where the Jarl lives. This guy over here is actually the father of Adrian the blacksmith. So that's cool. So you can still come talk to the Jarl, but basically he's done talking to me at the moment. Maybe later on he'll have something to say. But I've pretty much already helped him with everything he wanted. So, actually, this guy is the magician. Usually he's in his office. So you can go in here and buy soul stones from him, which is what you need for enchanting. Or you can gather them on your own and put souls in them with special spells. I prefer to do both. Especially buying the petty gems and the lesser soul gems, and then using them to enchant the daggers that you just made. And I save the grand soul gems and stuff like that for. Oh yeah, I want to. So that's a nice ring. Increases your health by 30 points. But the only way that you're going to be able to enchant other things with that same ability is by disenchanting this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now I can put Fortify Health on some of my other stuff. So right now the only things that I have that can be enchanted, in other words they aren't already, are the daggers in my pickaxe, which is kind of weird to enchant a pickaxe. But I'm going to enchant a dagger with Absorb Health, and it allows you to set the amount of health, which determines the number of charges, so how many attacks you can do with it. So 51's a lot of charges, but that's right now it's assuming that I'm going to use a Grand Soul Gem, which I'm not. So, but I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and then go back to the Soul Gems. Don't use the Grand, use the Petty. So it's not going to get as many charges. It doesn't say how many charges there, but it's not going to be very many. But hit X, enchant, and then let's do the same thing, but I'm going to choose the Petty Soul Gem first, Absorb Health, and the Iron Dagger. Okay, so now I'm 63 in enchanting. So I need to keep doing that. Keep leveling it up. And it's the same deal here. You don't get more of a bonus to enchanting if you're going to use the Grand Soul Gem. You don't get more of a bonus to enchanting if you use a better weapon or enchant a better weapon. It just doesn't. So do that again. Let's go ahead and get to 64 here. So I'm going to use the lesser. Okay, so now I'm at 64. So when I level up and get a perk, I could go in here to enchanting. So I've chosen the first one, which is enchanter. So you can do that 5 times, making the enchantments stronger. So I should be doing that as well. I should be adding perks there. But I went ahead and did Insightful Enchanter, which makes the skill enchantments on armor 25% stronger, which I want when I go ahead and enchant a piece of glass armor with the destruction bonuses that I have on my robes. So I want that to be as good as possible. Way down here at the end, when you get to level 100 in Enchanting, and you've followed the tree through one of these 2 paths, then you can put 2 enchantments on an item instead of just 1. So that's how that works. So this is one of the places that you can go to enchant stuff. There are others. Sometimes you'll even find a random arcane enchanter in the dungeon, which is cool, kind of weird. So Alchemy Lab, I have one in my house. So once you've done the research and you know how to make stuff, it lights up over here if you have the necessary ingredients to make it right now in your inventory. So there aren't really any of these that I want in particular. So it's potions and poisons. So I could make a damage health poison, and I could use Imp Stool and Death Bell, and that would cause 14 points of poison damage. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that. Now, Alchemy tends to level up slower, just relative to those other 2. But I mean, you could go get the ingredients that you need for a Restore Health potion, which I need something other than Imp Stool to add to this, and then I could make it. Restoring your health is kind of important in this game, so you can imagine going and gathering up all the right stuff and sitting here and making a whole bunch of potions for yourself, and leveling up your alchemy pretty quickly if you do that, instead of just kind of messing around like I was doing.
Claimed everyone's passions of late. Me, I prefer my books and my spells.
Yes, I know you do. One thing you notice after you've been through 30 levels is that these guys do have different things that they say, but they eventually run out of them and you hear them over and over, especially while you're trying to do work. Like I was trying to do alchemy in, there's actually an alchemy store outside, and I was just sitting there making potions, and the shop owner was just blah 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 blah, saying the same stuff over and over. That gets pretty annoying. That's really one of the only annoying things I've ran into. It's kind of cool when early in the game people just run up to you and say stuff and, you know, pique your interest, and maybe you talk to them, and sometimes sometimes what they run up and talk to you about is something that might relate to a quest that you're going to do. But later on, you know, the umpteenth time that the girl runs up to you and says that she's not scared of you even though you're her elder, gets annoying. Okay, so we've done all that. I am going to sell that stuff that I made, and then we're going to go do a quest. So, kind of what brought on this tutorial here
Take a good look around.
is,
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah, I bumped into this table. It's kind of in the, I mean, you talk to this guy, turn around and run this way. And I knocked all the stuff off the table. And for some weird reason, you know, see, oh, take. Why am I able to take this stuff? Steal from dresser. Steal candlestick. Take candlestick. See, there's some weird little instances in this game. So anyway, what brought on this tutorial of sorts, I was watching Total Biscuit who is a guy from Britain who is on YouTube and does all kinds of commentary on games. And he was talking about how Skyrim does not fit what he does. In addition, he has one channel specifically devoted to StarCraft. And it's really cool commentary on StarCraft. The other thing that he's known for doing... Oh, Belethor is out of money, and I can't buy the rest of my stuff. So I'm going to go sell those daggers
Do come back.
to the blacksmiths. He was saying... Or the other thing that he's known for doing is short videos that explain what a game is. Some of them are games you've never heard of, and some of them are big games.
You tried mercenary work?
It kind of depends. And he said that
I don't claim to be.
his
Take a
quick little, 20-minute look, let's say 10 to 30-minute looks at games is not really conducive towards doing this kind of a game, because it can take 100 hours to get a good feel for the game, and you may not know until the end of the game if something's broken. And he had a really good point. He was expressing some annoyance at certain YouTubers who were just posting tons of Skyrim videos just to make a little money. And so that, I've only done a few of these, and I'm definitely skipping levels, but I wanted to make this a little more valuable, especially this video. So let's sell this stuff here. So see, the iron dagger is not worth very much when it's not enchanted, but I definitely don't want to hold on to these if I'm going to go on a quest. So see, this is what I was talking about. Do I sell her all 11 right now, or do I go down here and sell her one, and then do it again, sell her one? I still don't know the answer to that, which one helps my speech more. So I don't really have anything else to sell her. I am carrying around a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't be. I should go put it in my let's go in the house. So coincidentally, my house is right next to the blacksmith shop. It will be for you too if you do this. And you can get certain upgrades for your house from the Jarl's assistant. For instance, a cooking area. So I can actually come in here. I'm out of salt, I think, so I can't make anything. But I can come in here and make an apple cabbage stew. And, you can see the benefits there. One of the best things to make down here is venison stew, which gives you a boost, restores 15 points of stamina right away. And then it restores 1 point of health per second and 1 point of stamina per second for 720 seconds, which is what? Like 10? No. Yeah, 11 minutes, right? No, 12 minutes. So that's really nice. If you're about to go into you're expecting a battle, eat some venison stew, or the vegetable soup has the same thing except for the immediate 15 points of stamina. So you can make these things with stuff that you find. For the most part, you need salt. So grab all the salt that you can find. If there's one thing that you should do, grab all the salt you can find, just like in the olden days. So this is Lydia's room up here. You can see because the bed is owned. And then this is my room over here with a chest. So I have not upgraded anything up here. I don't know. I don't particularly want decorations. I want useful stuff. And I don't think there's much useful stuff in what you would get for decorations. And really, I'm saving up well, sort of saving up. This is all the stuff that I've stored in my chest, including tons of dragon bone and scales. I found some Dwemer stuff, which I think you can make things with later. All kinds of stuff I've stored in here, including my stolen loot, which I forget who I stole that from. So I'm going to put some of my ingots away. Save them for later. That'll give me a lot more storage space because they each weigh 1 pound. We'll use pounds. 33 iron ingots. Yeah, don't want to carry those around. We'll keep the leather and leather strips. They don't weigh too much. Put the ore. Okay, that's what we're gonna go do. Quicksilver, and this is what I'm going to use to make my glass armor. We'll do that when we come back, or I will do that when my enchanting ability is high enough. So in here, there's like, you know, there's another little room, and this is where my alchemy lab is. And the nice thing about that is, you pretty much whenever you buy one of these upgrades, you get some free stuff. I got an apothecary satchel which had some nice ingredients in it, semi-rare stuff. So that was nice. When I bought the cooking area, it came with this stuff up here, which I've used already. Some fish, some salmon. I forget what the herbs are, and then garlic. And it also came with some food in these sacks. And I've actually stored some of my food in there to save some space too, because I need to wait until I get some salt before I can really use it. Okay, so now we're going to go do this quest.